He's man, oh my god! Don't even get me started about Craig Counsell.
Okay, just
He used 5 pictures
An
to.
umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies: the 1988 Bull Durham and the 1975 Jaws, starring Kevin Costner, Roy Scheider, Susan Sarandon, Robert Shaw, Tim Robbins, Richard Dreyfuss, and Bruce. Now, two guys who may not know how to tie a sheep-shaped knot, but that doesn't mean they're lollygaggers: Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
that was good. You got both of them in there.
It's the first time. It took me
That
2
was-
seasons, but I got them both.
That
in.
was great.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dead on the Bases. He's the ump.
That's me, Jeff Miller, and he's the vamp,
Yeah, that's me, Tim Kretschmann.
or
Now,
as we call
did you
him,
know-
Big Wonder. What do we call you?
You probably
Wonder
don't
Ball?
know that we actually have a studio audience here, won a big contest today. So if you see me looking over there, that's what that is. We've not had that before. But did you know
did you get
that Jeff invented a new type of pitching machine that throws wrenches instead of balls? It's called the Patches O'Hoolihan pitching machine. Did you know that?
Yeah, they used it in dodgeball,
Yeah.
and I got so many royalties for it. I'm still sitting here, so there you go.
And that's a fact.
That's it. We're done.
That's a fact.
You know
It's
what?
the end of
Show's
the show.
done. We're done. We've come to a dead stop.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. My God,
So yeah, so we
got some great shows, great films
You know
to
what,
talk
though?
about tonight.
Since we have some new people that may be
Yeah.
joining our show,
Yeah.
so the whole catch to this is I don't like horror movies. Tim is really
No.
Tim likes horror movies, but he's just okay with sports movies. So
Right.
I have to review horror movies, which oh my god, and he reviews sports movies. He's definitely got the better end of the deal here.
He says that, and I gave him a sports movie this week.
A fishing movie, yeah.
It's a fishing movie.
Actually, I thought it was more of a Disney movie, Catching Nemo.
Jaws.
No, Jaws.
The classic Jaws,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
is fantastic. And then he gave me Bull Durham, which I had never seen before, which I'm a movie
Wow,
nut.
I can't
It's
believe you haven't
surprising.
seen this.
I'm surprised that I've never seen this. I didn't know that Kevin Costner was actually in Jaws. But I learned that at the beginning of the show.
Whatever. What?
I like-
Are you talking about?
You said at the beginning of the show, you said "and Jaws" starring Kevin
Oh,
Costner,
sure.
and that was news to me.
Yeah, I didn't know Roy Scheider was in Bull Durham.
Well, you should have known that.
Okay, or Bruce. Do people know who Bruce is?
I think most people know. Who
I didn't know
Bruce
until
is.
I watched Jaws for the first time here. Well, I've seen Jaws
You've
before.
Okay,
I have, but here's
save
the
it
deal.
for that's the bottom of the ninth.
Oh.
Jaws is bottom of the ninth.
All right.
We are in the ninth inning. This is the last inning of this particular season. We'll be starting again sometime after Labor Day, I think, is when we had it.
Yeah.
We might have like one preview show before that, but
Unless there's an
will be
outcry.
out there.
Unless there's an outcry and people want to see me, we can have another show.
So we
Just
all know
saying.
the odds on that one.
All right, so
Hey, you're supposed to be quiet, studio audience. You can laugh really loud. That's okay.
that might help us.
Anything.
So, anyways, so Tim's up to bat first here. He's gonna talk about Bull Durham.
I'm going to talk about Bull Durham, and Jeff is just going to sit there and wait his turn. This is an actual photo I found. Actual photo of Jeff on his vacation.
I look like a little kid in that thing.
It's awesome.
Hey, come get me! Shark's coming!
The shark is coming.
Imagine that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I just sat there.
Yeah, well, that happens.
All right.
All right,
Oh,
everybody. It
Tim.
is time. It is me, and I am going to be reviewing the movie Bull Durham. Bull Durham came out in 1988. It stars Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon. Roy Scheider, not in the movie. That's
Wait, what?
a rumor
Oh, yeah,
that's been going around for years. He's not in it, but Tim Robbins is in it. And he made this movie just prior to his greatest film ever, Tapeheads, came out the same year. You've seen Tapeheads, of course. Everyone has seen Tapeheads. One of the greatest films ever put
I have not
on
seen it.
celluloid,
I have not seen it.
it will be assigned. It's not a horror.
It's a horror movie?
No, but we'll assign it anyway.
There's a connection between Tapeheads and Bull Durham, and it has to deal with Tim Robbins.
Yeah, they're in both.
There's even more to it.
Yeah. What?
Should I tell you?
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Fishbone.
Oh yes, the Fishbone T-shirt he wears at the end during the interview. Fishbone is actually on the soundtrack as Tapehead. But you've never seen Tapehead.
I haven't.
You know where I got that VHS tape of that movie?
I don't know.
Farmore. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I used to work at Farmore. Look at how this is all intertwined.
Wow. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? Okay, so.
I was employed of the month
movie.
there.
Were you?
Yeah, first one ever.
Last one, too.
No. Yeah, okay.
What were they open for? Like 4 months? It wasn't long. It wasn't
No, they
long.
were. So
they were there just long enough to collect all these videotapes that I bought when they went out of business.
Get this, Tim. You want to hear the sports connection to Farmore?
Sure.
Throw it up there. Get this. So the guy
I got the wrong one.
the guy who was the CEO of Farmore, Mickey Monis,
Yeah.
was embezzling money to fund his partnership with the Colorado Rockies.
Awesome.
That's why Farmore went under. There you go. There's your sports connection. Colorado
Wow.
Rockies, Farmore, Mickey Monis. Just look it up.
Wow. You know everything.
But I lived it. That's why I knew it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the best.
Let's get into
One
Bull
of the
Durham.
best baseball movies out there.
Well, it's written and directed by Ron Shelton. And
Awesome,
This is
yep.
really that got him started. He's the guy that made White Men Can't Jump and a show that, what was it, Inning 4 or something? Tin Cup
Yeah.
that we had on this program. But he's almost a specialist in sports movies. He's done a good number of them. I think most people consider this his best.
Okay.
That's what I was finding from the documentary that was on the
There's
DVD.
pictures. They're up.
Yeah, we got the pictures up. Yeah,
That's a good. That
keep
was a good scene
yourself
right there,
organized there. Yeah.
Strikes
This
out
is
here.
the story of the Durham Bulls, which is a. Now, this I wasn't quite sure. They kept saying that this was A League, but I thought they seemed like AAA because they kept talking about almost getting into the big leagues, right? Isn't
Right.
there A, Double A, and Triple A.
Right. And Crash was in AAA, and he got pulled down to Single A to help form Tim Robbins' character, to help him.
So Tim Robbins went from A ball
Yes.
all the way to the majors.
That's how awesome he was. He went there when the Major League team called up some guys at the end of the year to fill up their roster. Yep. That's
Does
how
that
awesome.
happen?
I don't know. If it did, I'm sure it has happened. There you go. Dwight Gooden. That's why we have a peanut gallery tonight.
Can we close that door?
No, thank you for that, Stefan. Yeah.
Don't be
Dwight Gooden.
helping him. When trivia comes, you're quiet over there.
I already know
Okay.
the answer to trivia. I know what your tell is.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Sure.
yeah, so it is. Bull Durham, the Durham Bulls in North Carolina, they are a single A team. They still are.
They were owned by one of the guys that produced this film. That was also in the documentary. So there goes your trivia question.
There's no way you're going to get mine.
Susan Sarandon is the weak link in this film. I think when they're showing the baseball stuff, it's a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun. Susan Sarandon comes on and she does her overbaked Southern accent, talks about the Church of Baseball,
Okay.
and she's supposedly the plot. Supposedly the plot is Susan sleeps with one guy each season and they have the season of their life.
Which
right?
Tim Robbins did. He got called up to the majors.
Yeah. This movie.
She's got a magic
I'm
vagina.
telling you, I'm calling out to all of you burgeoning filmmakers.
Swole Betson. Look at
You
that.
could, oh, hello. Happy birthday on Sunday. You could cut Susan Sarandon out of this movie and be okay.
No.
Yeah, it'd be okay. The movie would survive. She slows it down.
She does, but you have to have that element in it. That's why.
I
Do you know why they call her Annie?
It has something to do with her being a home fan or something.
Just being a fan, yeah, like a groupie. Boy, I see. I'm kind of testing the water to see how much you actually know about trivia.
Now, Crash, I got some questions for you because you always quiz me.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Crash doesn't want the designated hitter or AstroTurf. What the hell's his problem? What's wrong with designated hitter?
He loves the game for what it is. He loves the romance of the actual ball game of pitchers batting. He wants real feel.
So he's for rapidly declining attendance at games. Got it. Understood.
Okay. He's a purist. Let's put it this way. He's a purist. He also
I will say my favorite parts of this movie
Yep.
are when Costner is telling the batter what the next pitch is going to be so that they can just hammer it. I absolutely love that. And, you know, one of the things with Costner's character, he loves baseball, but he's jealous of Tim Robbins, who obviously has more talent. But he doesn't really have respect for the game.
Exactly, he doesn't.
He's just, it comes too naturally for him. And that's the type of character we have in these sports movies fairly often. But the one I thought of right off the bat, get that right off the bat.
I gotcha.
Got it.
All right.
Color of Money. Color of Money.
Yeah.
Because you know
Vincent?
it's so hard for Paul Newman. He really had to work to become that character. And Tom Cruise, he has no respect for it. He's playing nunchucks with his stupid pool cue.
The Balabusha.
He's an idiot. This movie
I wish I had
reminded me a lot.
I wish I had all the hair that Tom Cruise has in that movie, though. He has a lot of hair in that movie. I've got none. That's why I wear a hat.
Yeah, we know. I got a hat for you.
Yeah, okay.
I got a hat for you. Are you ready for some horror movie connections?
There's a lot of them. I know that.
Yeah.
I almost started writing them down. I'm like, this isn't my job for this one. So
Yeah. See, why we do the horror movie connections for our new viewers is a lot of celebrities in Hollywood, when they start, they start with horror films.
Why?
Because they're low budget and they're constantly looking for fresh faces. And oddly, some of these that I'm going to do today came later on in their careers. Now, Kevin Costner, we've talked about before. He did the movie Mr. Brooks. And Mr. Brooks is a fantastic horror movie.
I did see that movie, but I don't consider that a horror movie, but go ahead.
Well, it's a thriller.
It's
a thriller. I would consider a horror movie, but okay. He also made 2 movies I have not seen yet, but they just did get added to my queue. The New Daughter and Shadows Run Black. And these are supposedly horror movies, so I'm going to find them.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I've seen this. I would give it at least 4 out of 5 stars.
Mr. Brooks.
No, the more recent one that you mentioned.
Shadows?
Yeah.
Run Black? Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I got to find this.
It's a good flick.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it off the dark web.
Okay, of course.
No, I didn't really see it. Okay, people, I didn't really see it. So don't actually take my word on that. I didn't see it. I just made that up.
You liar!
I had you believe in me, though.
He's practicing for trivia.
Yeah, I am.
He's practicing.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Robert Wool, who is primarily a comedian, or at least a comic actor, he had a bit part in Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde as the man with the lighter.
Really?
You know I'm looking hard when I find something like that. But he stole every scene.
He did.
In Bull Durham.
He did.
Steals them.
How about when he comes out to the pitcher's mound and they're talking
and
about wedding
candlesticks?
Yeah.
Get candlesticks. It's good stuff. I loved it. I loved that. Susan Sarandon playing Annie Savoy. Mm-hmm. She actually has some real background. The one that's obvious, I think, is she was in Rocky.
4?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, I thought she was
4. Yes, Rocky Horror Picture Show. But she also was in The Hunger, which was a pretty mainstream horror film, and she was in Witches of Eastwick, which, you know, it's horror or horrible. It depends who you talk to. Tim Robbins. Do you think Tim Robbins was ever in a horror movie?
Yeah,
What?
he probably
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Why else would you ask if he was?
Yeah. Jacob's Ladder.
I've heard of
Jacob's
that
Ladder
movie.
was a big movie.
I've heard of that movie. Yes,
It's
we
a
had
horror
that
movie.
We rented that at Farmore.
Yeah. Now, I had to really search. I had to really search for Trey Wilson. He played the manager, and I always think he looks like Tommy Thompson. But Trey Wilson, the manager of the team, he was in a movie in 1978 called Vampire Hookers, and I found the damn thing. So, yes, he has a horror movie connection.
Wow.
And then William O'Leary. He was the religious guy that married the one girl.
Millie.
He, William O'Leary,
Yeah.
was in Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh,
Oh.
which I think was the third movie.
I
if
can't.
my memory
I don't
serves.
want any Candyman movies. No.
Why do you tell me these things?
Because I can't. No. I mean, no. Just no. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, but
So, anyway,
I'm starting to sweat now thinking. about
pretty good connections. Pretty good connections
that. How come
on
you
those
didn't put your
movies.
graphic up?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. You weren't looking.
Oh, there we go.
I'm told I put that up too often.
Yeah, whatever. I don't see either one of them in the chat room, so they have nothing to say.
That's right. All right. I think it's time to score this, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go. Bring
you
it.
See the time?
Bring it.
We're bringing it here. I've been going back and forth on this all the time. Honestly, at one point I was going to give this a 6.
You gotta
But then
be.
I watched-
You gotta be shitting me, and I'll say shit.
It's good.
You gotta be shitting me.
It's
A
good.
6?
But the Susan Sarandon, I didn't care for. Then I watched the
You gotta be kidding.
then I
me.
watched the documentary, and I realized I did enjoy a lot more of the jokes than I thought I did.
All right.
So then I was ramping up. The best I can do on this is an 8. And I'm going to give it an 8.
Wow.
It's a great movie, but I think the Susan Sarandon part just irritates me.
Okay. Hey.
It just irritates me. It's just like any movie with Richard Gere that starts to anger me.
Really.
I'm not a Gere here. Or what is it?
You're not
A Gere fan? What do you call it?
I don't know.
How many gears do you need? Yeah.
No, it's Richard. Yeah, Richard Gere.
Yeah, Richard Gere. He's a dick.
Wow.
Okay.
And you know what? He's got a lot of pet gerbils.
Yes,
He's a gerbil farmer. Let's go. All right.
All right. Yeah.
So you gave it an 8.
Yeah, I give it an 8. It's a good movie. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
it's a damn good
It's
movie.
a good movie. I enjoyed it, but the Susan Sarandon part, I wish they would have focused on the baseball, which is funny because I'm not the sports fan.
I get that. Now, Susan Sarandon is 10 years older than Kevin Costner. In
She's
this
10
movie.
years older than everybody.
I know, but in this movie, she
looks old.
She's 43 in this, and he's 33. Okay, so maybe if they
She
had
looks like 63.
so maybe if they had someone younger, maybe it would have played off a little bit better for you. Maybe.
They talked about. I was looking at some of the people that were up for this role.
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer would have been absolutely perfect.
There was someone else that I saw that.
There was like a list, and I literally said, she'd be better, she'd be better, she'd be better, she'd be better. The only one that wouldn't have been better
This is Serena's mom.
would be Tim Robbins playing against himself. Because Tim Robbins really wanted Susan badly. This is the movie where they met.
They met. But
and
now
they started they started fornicating.
But think
right
about
away.
think about this though. He's 30 in this movie, and she's 43.
Yeah.
So but that's love is love. What are you gonna do, right?
She's 43, looking like she's 63.
Yeah.
I thought one of the scenes she was going to come out with a walker. It didn't do a thing for me. Did not do a thing.
All right,
for
so
me.
that's what killed it. So somebody else in
Yes.
that position or something else, maybe.
I don't even
higher.
want to think about her in positions.
But I
okay?
think this right here, this is one of my top 3 movies. We've seen 2 of them. We've got one next season.
Wait. what was the other top movie?
Major League.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Major League, Bull Durham, and then the one next season are my top 3, and the one next season is my number 1. So
yeah. Yeah. So I like this movie a lot. I just wish there was an edit version that the fans did where they cut out Susan Sarandon. I'd be much better with that movie.
So now before we get
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Because what's interesting is this poster that you see here, that's the classic poster.
I had that down in my basement.
Okay. This is the classic poster, which has Susan and Kevin on there. What they share like 3 minutes of actual lovemaking in the movie. For the most part, they're not together. And the more recent poster I found of Bull Durham was just a picture of like baseball equipment, like a catcher's
mitt really?
And everything. And I thought
it might have been better.
I don't know.
Or better represents it?
I think this actually does represent what the movie ultimately is.
Yeah.
I wish they would have made that poster and followed that poster and made that movie instead of this. I like the movie, and 8 is a very high score, but I like Major League better.
Okay. Hey,
I did.
Hey, when you said that they're not really on screen, did you ever see the movie The Mexican with Johnny Depp and Julia Roberts, I think? They filmed that whole movie apart. The way they moved that.
Really?
Do you care? It looks like you care.
I'm trying to remember The Mexican.
I'm trying. It's about a gun. The gun is actually the Mexican.
I don't think I've seen this one. This is very amazing.
Well, it has a gun in it. Maybe I could spin it into sports shooting.
Sporting clays.
There you go. Anyways, so 8 Bull Durham. All right, I can handle 8 for a Bull Durham.
Yeah, I mean I knew that wasn't a great score, but it was the best I could give out.
It's a baseball movie, the same as Jaws. So, anyways, go ahead. I'm ready for Jaws. Do you at least have the music for Jaws as we go into your movie, into your movie?
You
do, don't you? I knew it.
You are something else.
I read
you really are. All right, let's see if we can get this going. All right.
We will return you to the regularly scheduled program in just a moment.
Let's make some merch money.
Dead on the Bases has Get this high-quality, durable garment at our store or a fine partner location. Get our classic and classy tees that really shine, worn out on their own, made with a super soft blend of ring-spun cotton and polyester to help the shirt keep its shape, as it will soon be the shirt you wear for all occasions. And what else do we have coming in the line?
I'm thinking about getting coasters, and I'm thinking about getting tumblers, like Yetis. I don't know, man. I think we got a market going. I don't know.
As always, Jeff, you are so right. Get this fabulous product now at a location near you. Dead on the Bases, when you care. And when you are...
Open it up Muskego style!
That's right.
Man, I gotta stop drinking when I call you. Or at least not in your voicemail. Jeez.
No, I think that's the best. Well, we got to remind everybody that you can get this merch.
Yep.
It is available at a lot of great places in southeastern Wisconsin so far.
And
we are working on an international presence that's being worked on, so that will be very soon coming to all of us. But we're going to be going someplace with all this.
We're going to be going to Pittsburgh with all this during Horror Realm. Not Horror Realm, but Horror Realm.
Yeah, not Horror Realm.
203 days.
Down the street a ways.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can we get a table there too?
We'll talk. November 19th through the 21st at Crown Plaza in Pittsburgh. We're going to be meeting some pretty big stars of horror.
That's pretty cool. The guy that you do your Dead On with Dead On movie reviews.
Right.
He actually right? He actually interviews these people. Yeah. And now I'm looking at the guest list and I'm like, this is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool that I'm gonna subject myself to a Halloween movie.
Yeah. This is like, don't bury the lead on that one. So Jeff is actually, he told me the first time we started talking about this, he said, Halloween is off limits.
Off.
Flash forward about a year, and he's like, I need Halloween 4 on the list.
Yeah, because like 5 of the people there are going to be from Halloween 4, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to be hanging with them. I got to be able to talk about their flick.
Yeah,
They're going to be talking about Dead on the Bases,
Right.
And I'm going to be talking about Halloween 4.
That's right. So it's going to be fantastic.
But
That's going to happen
yeah, okay,
all over.
Yeah. So let's get Jaws going here.
We're ready to talk about Jaws.
Where's the music?
But, okay, you're talking about the music, right?
Yeah.
Now watch what I have here. See this? That is a diorama of Jaws. If I press this button,
A little close. There you go.
see, it's 3D. See, everybody? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Come on, you know that's
That's
cool.
pretty. Well, it's so cool you didn't even trust me with it.
No, you're not going to get it.
You didn't even trust me to push the button.
I'm putting the sound in there. See, everybody loves that.
There you go. There you go.
Here, take a look at this. Hold
What is
that
this?
up to the camera.
I don't even know what this is. This is a coin.
Yeah, it is.
Can you spend it on anything or no?
It is legal tender in Amityville. At Amity Island.
We have gummies.
Yeah, we
Wait,
have
where-
gummy shirts.
where do I gotta go? Like
And
there?
you know what, Jeff?
Yeah. Oh man.
I know you love hats.
Well, because I have no hair.
I brought a hat for you.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
can try that on.
It's not gonna fit my big Polish head, but we'll try.
Well, it's going to fit. It's going to fit perfectly. Meanwhile, I'm going to show everybody while he's working on that. Look at this bad boy.
This isn't.
Woohoo! Sportsman's Paradise. That came fresh out of a bull shark. Went up through southern waters. I also brought along, this is my show and tell.
Oh my God.
I am such a fan. There's a Funko Pop
Funko.
of the shark with the air tank in there. But this is my pride and joy. Here's a full-size pop. This was from Comic Con.
Did you go to it?
I did not. I had a straw buyer sent this to me.
That's illegal
And-
if you try to buy guns with that.
Yeah, well,
Can't have straw buyers.
I don't know if you can tell.
Holy
but
cow, that is
Quint
pretty
in
cool.
there. Quint is in there.
Is he really?
He's taking it. Take a look. He's
That's
taking
pretty
it
cool.
bad.
That's
He's-
pretty cool.
He's getting crushed. So
What about-
that? Is what you call
Dedication.
jawsome.
That's what you call obsessed. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, I have more.
You
but
know
I
what?
thought
Hey,
I'd
what-
bring a nice
Don't
little.
you have this? Look at this. You have this over
Yes,
here.
I do.
You've got a game.
I
You got
thought I
Jaws the
told
game.
you not to touch that.
What about Jaws the game?
I do have Jaws the game. It's in the other room. I grabbed everything else. What the hell was I thinking?
I know.
Oh shit!
You even have like a Jaws thing on the computer cable here. I don't even know what
Oh
that's all
yeah,
about.
yeah. That's to keep it safe. So Jeff, now that I've taken all the thunder here, are you ready to discuss?
Can people see the hat? Because I don't. I'm gonna turn. it side
I think they can see. You know what? Let me do this. There, show it. Turn again.
All right, there you go.
You know what that is? That's called class.
That's called.
That's class.
That's called.
Yeah, get
I'm
it
just
off
happy
your
to
head.
be here. No, I'll keep it on. That's fine. Whatever. That's good.
Okay, well, let's get the
Oh wait,
everything going.
Let's look at the pictures here. That's the book cover.
What is?
Well, they used the poster for the book. The book cover is the same as the poster.
No.
I've got that book at home.
Yeah, that's because that's a book that was published after the movie.
Oh, really?
This
See-
was the movie poster. The original book cover, if you get the first printing, it looks a lot more like his shirt over there.
With the VW sign on
It's
it?
just a rounded off nose and a couple of teeth. And it isn't as menacing as this thing is.
Baby shark, shark, shark. How's that song go? I don't even know. Something like that, right?
Baby shark, shark, yeah, I
You
don't
should know
know.
that. That's probably.
I'm not gonna.
Do you listen to
know
that
what?
before you go
I'm
to
not
bed
gonna
at night?
admit
Is that
Yes.
the lullaby that puts you to sleep?
Every night. Every night.
Baby
Be
shark,
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 shark.
shark,
Or maybe that's the alarm that gets you up. I don't know. But here's the deal. So I'm watching Jaws.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I've seen Jaws before, like
Really?
as much as everybody has, 10, 15, 20 times.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever seen it from beginning to end, because as soon as the movie started, I thought they were going to be already on the boat, but they weren't. There were some people on land, and they were having a party. They're having a good time, and and then one thing leads to another, and the chick goes in the water, and you know what? You know, poor guy. I've been there before. You know, you're chasing the chick, you're chasing the girl to the water. You've had too much to drink, and you end up on the beach, and she ends up dead in the water. I mean,
She's
wow.
dead on the basis.
She's dead on the beach. She's dead in the water.
Yeah.
She was doing dead man's float.
Yep.
Okay, that's not even funny.
And
I'm gonna stop.
it was no boating accident.
I tried these jokes earlier, and they didn't go very good either. So I should just stop.
Yeah. Really.
Anyway, so Jaws, very very something else. So let's get to Jaws. So so Jaws came out in what, 1975? Where's my IBMD?
75.
IMBD.
The other one.
Yep.
There you go.
So Pro Surface 7.
Scroll down. Past
Jaws,
the ads.
1975. A PG rating, so it's 2 hours and 4 minutes long. So with this PG rating, go with me here, it was going to be R, but they had to cut out some of the gruesomeness so they could get that PG rating, so they could actually become, Jaws has actually become the very first summer blockbuster movie. Right. They usually, before this, put all the crappy movies out in the summer because they're like, no one's going to go there. They're going to the beach. They're going somewhere else. Right. Well, here it is, a show about a beach and a shark, and people flocked to the show houses, and it became the first summer blockbuster, right?
Yeah, and part of that was it was one of the first movies that opened wide. And by that I mean it opened at hundreds and hundreds of screens all at once. Back in the earlier days of moviedom, they would take a movie and it would go from one to another. It would go from one city to another city to another city. It would kind of tour is what they would do with it, because they didn't want to make 10,000 copies of the film. This movie, they said, let's make a ton of copies of the movie and let's just open it everywhere at the same time, and it paid off.
Whose idea was that? Was that the studio's idea?
I think it was the producers. But it worked. Now, Jaws was a huge book when it came out.
No, wait. When you're saying a book, I'm not trying to be funny, but you mean a book to read.
Yeah, book to read. Yeah. And it was purchased, the rights to it, I think, prior to it actually becoming a hit book. And it became like the big paperback of the year. And they're like, this movie better be good because everybody's reading this book.
So are you telling me that this book here that I have in my possession is not before the movie? This isn't what they made the movie from.
No,
this is the movie book.
They made,
because
yes, the book you got was printed after the movie came out.
So is that like the way the movie went? Because I heard that the movie Jaws is different than the book. There's scenes all over the place.
It's so different.
Oh, and the thing of it is, get this. So you don't know, you know this, but I don't, and some people that have never seen Jaws doesn't know this either. So they're gonna appreciate me telling them this. In the book, Hooper, Richard Dreyfuss' character, actually has an affair with Brody's wife. Oh my God! But and there's mafia ties. There's all sorts of stuff in this, but it was just too much for the movie. They wanted to develop. You're loving this because you know that I tapped in this time. They took out the mafia connection, because what the mafia connection was supposed to be is that they had property on the beach and they wanted to bring that in. They took out Hooper having an affair because they wanted to develop the characters, and they did that. And I'll tell you what, that's why this movie, for a guy like me who's not, this isn't my first choice to go see, it works because I'm actually involved. I'm all in on Brody. I'm all in on Quint. I'm all in on Hooper. Yeah. I'm all in on the people of the. I'm actually all in on the mayor. Yeah. And you can see how broke down the mayor is when he's talking to Brody in the hospital. He's like, my kids were on that beach too. And you actually, for the first time, feel like this guy is scared. This guy doesn't know what to do. Yeah. Before, he was pretty much mailing and go, no, we're going to open the beach. Yeah. And that is his turning point right there. And it's just like, he's scared. Now you become scared.
We got him.
I was just...
Oh.
Not even there. I can't even see it. So anyways.
Yeah, you can. It's right.
Oh, I was looking at the other
Oh.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about you, Jeff. It's always about Jeff.
So anyway.
Yeah,
so
the characters are so
look at how
key.
clever the people I bring into the show is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at
That's
that.
a shark.
That is a shark. Oh, we got to put that up on the screen. How do
You
I
don't know
do
how
that?
to do it, do you?
Like that, you mean? There it is.
Look at
Look at that.
Look at what the trip did.
Look at that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's not a baby shark. That's a full-size shark.
Yeah, I wonder what the name of that shark is.
Brucette.
It's a female, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brucette.
All right, so back to the show. So one other thing that people want to know is that, there was rumors that they were going to dunk Steven Spielberg here at the end of it. They're going to throw him in the ocean.
Right.
They're going to throw him in the ocean. He's like, no. So he hopped on a boat. He had on a suede suit, a nice suede suit, so they wouldn't do it. And then what happened was he had a car waiting for him. He had a plane waiting for him.
Yep.
He was out there. He said, that's it. It's a wrap. Took off.
And never to be seen
never to be seen
on
again.
Martha's Vineyard again.
That's right. Yeah, because Amity isn't a real place. It's Martha's Vineyard.
Right. And the reason they picked Martha's Vineyard is that for a couple miles out to sea, it only gets to be about 50 feet deep or something like that.
Real sandy.
For a real long time, it's not super, super deep. And you can get pretty far out there in the ocean. And they needed that because for people that don't know how the mechanical shark works, it's a puppet. It basically is on a big arm, and it comes out of the water and attacks. Well, don't look in the camera. I told you about.
So here's the deal, but another thing, Tim.
Yes.
Which our
Jeff.
viewer and listeners want to know is that Steven Spielberg wanted it far enough away so that you couldn't see the shore, so it wouldn't look like they could just go back to shore whenever they wanted to. It wanted to look like it was desolate as far out as they could.
Actually, in fact, some of these scenes that look like you're in the middle of the ocean, they're shooting from the land.
Really?
Because when they were on the boats, both boats are bobbing back and forth on the water. So the only way they could do it, they couldn't put it on a tripod, otherwise everybody gets seasick watching a movie. So a lot of the shots are handheld.
Yep.
But another thing they would do is, if you're on an island and you look out to sea, and there's no island out there, it looks like you're in the ocean. Yeah. So they would just shoot right off the side of the island in some cases for some of these sequences. In fact, I believe the last scene was shot off of the land.
Was it?
Yeah.
I know that Roy Scheider was like 75 takes for that last shot.
Yeah, well, he kept missing.
But no, another thing is when the Orca is really rocking,
right?
They actually have two.
Don't come a knocking.
Yeah, Quentin Hooper were getting it. Actually,
wait, there's a subtext I missed.
Actually, Robert Shaw and Dreyfuss did not get along.
They hated each other.
They did.
Yeah.
It was mostly Shaw who hated Dreyfuss.
It's only recently that has been patched up, and a lot of that
Shaw's
is because Shaw's dead. But he used to, Dreyfuss used to rag on him even though he was dead.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty
shitty.
Well, he hated him. And recently he's actually been making a lot of money on the convention circuit, doing signatures and stuff.
Is he going to be at our convention?
He's not going to be at ours, but he has started saying, Shaw really made me a better actor because he made me toughen up. And to a certain extent, Shaw was doing that because those characters were like that.
But that's what made those characters so great. They actually, that was awesome because with them not liking each other, and maybe Shaw, you know what? And if you think about it, maybe Shaw did that. Maybe he was poking the bear just so that they would have that uneasy character. And to a respect, right?
There's also that Shaw is an asshole. I mean,
really?
He was an asshole. He was drunk a lot.
Tell them about the USS Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis. If you watch that sequence,
this is pretty interesting.
Itself, the first couple of shots, you'll notice his eyes are very glassy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then through the rest of the speech, his eyes are dry. And that's because When he did it the first time through, he was schnockered, and he did a terrible job. And he begged with Steven Spielberg, let me have one more shot at
On
it.
apricot brandy,
Right,
let me tell you.
on apricot brandy. So he promised not to hit the booze at all.
Quitter.
Went in there. Yeah, right.
No one likes a
He
quitter.
went in there.
No one likes a quitter.
He went in there, and he did it. And that's the version that you see. I think they only shot it like 3 times or something.
They did, but
it really wasn't, like the last scene, because it was one of the few they had control of the
Right.
set,
well, there was a point where Shaw, and I know that you know all this, but I like showing off that I paid
that's
attention.
what we do.
See,
That's
he
what
actually
we do.
bet,
It's our show.
he actually bet Richard Dreyfuss $1,000. Did you know this? To jump off the top of the crow's nest during shooting.
Yeah.
And Dreyfuss said he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because it's a pussy.
Probably.
Yeah.
That came out to like $14,000 today.
You did look that
I
up,
did.
didn't
You know what? I would have done it. If I was Richard Dreyfuss, I would have done that. Big deal. What's going to happen? I'm going to jump into the water. So, yes, Richard Dreyfuss is a pussy.
You realize that it's only 50 feet deep, too.
So,
And he was like 30 feet in the air.
So, you
And
just...
there's sharks.
There's no...
You
yeah,
go-
Bruce. You just go like
Cage
this.
goes in the water. You go in the water. You go in the cage. Our shark's in the water.
So let's get back to the back to the flick. So
We eventually will.
So what's going on here is that he's gonna the town wants the shark gone. Brody wants the shark gone. The mayor wants the shark gone.
Right.
And Quint says, you know what, I can do this. $3,000, I'll find him. $10,000, I'll kill him and bring him back.
Yep.
Which why not? Whatever.
I would go for the plus package.
Absolutely. Why
Yeah.
not? Everybody goes for the plus package. I don't know when you wouldn't.
Right.
Because the time you don't go for the plus package is the time you should have.
And it would bite you in the ass.
Literally with Jaws.
There it is.
So anyways, and the thing of it is the boat is named Orca. Why?
Right.
Because it's a killer whale, and killer whales go after killer sharks. Yes, it is.
Okay.
And then they made a movie about Orca off of that.
Yeah, after Jaws was a big, big hit.
Jaws 4?
There were...
I am.
so
You know what?
many.
I am number one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
There,
I'm gonna put
there
that. I'm gonna
were
put that in here.
so
Wait.
many. Yes.
I
am number.
No, I'm gonna put that one. I'm gonna be a little quicker.
1. There we go. There it is, everybody. He spelled something correctly today. But that movie was such a huge hit. There were so many copycats.
Yes,
there was
you're right.
Piranha. There was Orca. There was a land-based one called Grizzly, which I heard you recently.
I watched
enjoyed
Grizzly
the
too.
sequel. Yeah.
Because of Deborah Foreman, she's gonna be at Horror Realm.
You're on top of this stuff like nobody's business.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah. That was not one of the shark movies.
Valley Girl.
There was tentacles. There was just
Centipede.
a ton. Human centipede. There were just a dozen plus movies that were made almost immediately after
Because
this.
of the way that
Right.
how this turned out.
The biggest legacy, though, I think, is because of the popularity of this movie. We have Shark Week every year on
Yeah,
Discovery
it's true.
Channel. And Sci-Fi Channel apparently can't go a month without putting out some sort of Sharknado, Sharktopus, Shark Lobster, some sort
Shark
of
Lobster?
shark type movie.
What the hell is that?
There's one called Ghost Shark. There's one called Swamp Shark that I actually kind of liked, even though I didn't want to.
What about, wasn't there, now I saw the little thing on my TV about this. Was it like Arctic Shark or Frozen Shark?
Yeah, there's some
Is that
snow
worth seeing?
shark
Is
films.
that worth seeing? Because I want to see that one.
There's some snow shark movies.
I didn't know they could live up there.
They can. There's one called, what is it, World of Sharks, where it's like Waterworld, but everywhere is sharks. I really enjoyed, and this was quite a bit later, but when you watch the movie, you can see the Jaws influence on it. Rennie Harlan made Deep Blue Sea, and that's one of my favorite shark films that isn't Jaws. There's The Shallows. I think you
Yes,
saw
I like the
that
Shallows,
movie.
yes.
I I don't know why they had to put the shark in it, but other than that, it's a great movie.
What about, you'll know this, I don't know this, but you'll know
It's a
this.
great movie.
With James Bond, now I know there's a connection between James Bond and this, but is that supervillain Jaws named because of this movie?
Yes, absolutely.
That came second.
That because that was not the character that's in the book, and I've yet to read that book, but my understanding is that was made for the movie. And then of course they have Jaws, the villain in James Bond, biting a shark at the end. He kills a shark by biting him.
And the other James Bond connection, hold up that license plate again, and you know this answer because he wants who was it that wanted to have something to do with
Steven Spielberg wanted to make a James Bond movie.
That's why this is in there, folks.
I still wish they've got to give him one. I
give
mean,
who what?
Give him a 007 movie. Could you imagine?
So?
Oh, I think he could do it. I think
you would know.
I think he could do it. The problem is, he could have done it while he was young. His last few movies, though, I did like Ready Player One. I did like Ready Player One quite a bit, but
so
he's lost a lot of his shine over the years.
The coolest shot in this movie for me, the coolest shot that
oh,
really.
God, how are you gonna pick one? Let's hear what yours is.
It is.
I've got hundreds.
I'm sure you do, but I have the one that really.
Yeah.
It really kind of like makes it more like.
Visceral.
What?
Go ahead.
I don't know what that. But anyways, an hour 12 into the movie, you're gonna see them going out into the sea, out to sea, and they take the picture through Quint's
window and
through
it goes
the jaws,
through the jaws of
jaws, and you see them going out. That is for me. That's the coolest part of the whole thing.
I actually.
That's really. So I picked a good one.
You picked an excellent one.
I love it. That really. It gave me shivers actually.
Yeah, in college, I did a paper on Jaws, and I called that the threshold moment because they go from, in that sequence, they go from the land out onto the water. They go to enter the battleground,
and that's
which is the sea for the rest of the movie.
And that's all we see for the rest of the movie. Those three guys.
And you do not see them get back on land.
Nope.
They never get back on land. There's never the husband meeting up with his wife again. You assume that, they're going to meet up again.
I think the mayor is hitting that.
Well, Hooper's out of town.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So the mayor moved in.
Hooper's usually going at it on her.
Freaking Hooper, man. Are you kidding me? Huh.
Oh, let me tell you, you read that book, you wonder how they made such a great movie out of it.
Really? Is that really?
And I blame, and here's my pitch, and when I put this out on YouTube, there will be a link to it. I interviewed the author of the screenplay, Carl Gottlieb. Originally, the script was written by, oh my God, why am I blanking on the name of the author of the book? Oh my goodness. What? Benchley. Peter
Benchley,
okay,
come
so
on,
Peter
Tim.
Benchley first wrote
Peter Benchley, the bencher.
He wrote the first take on it.
Johnny Bench's brother.
Then I think it was like Howard Sackler or Arthur Miller took a take on it. And Steven Spielberg said, this is okay, but I want this punched up. And in particular, he wanted to improve
the shark.
The characters.
Oh, the characters.
The characters that
and
you're talking about. And he wanted to give it a sense of humor. So he took Carl Gottlieb, who has a part in the movie.
Yep.
The newspaper journalist that wears that blue leisure suit that tells you it's 1975, folks. Yep. He is in there, and he said, you're already acting in the movie. Why don't you punch up the script? He basically rewrote it while out there. And because the shark sequences were so difficult to shoot, he had plenty of time to. This was one of the most discussed bad shoots of all time. I mean, it had a lot of cost overruns. It had a lot of problems to make it because they were making the movie on the water, and the water does not stop.
And they were doing it like no one's done this.
Yeah.
So, right, I mean, no one had done something like this on that magnitude.
Not to this level.
So it was like, they're doing on the fly in a way.
Yeah, well,
right?
and they're trying to make it look like they're way out at sea, right?
Right.
Well, some idiot comes day sailing through.
Really?
They gotta wait like hours for them to
Come
get back
on,
out of the
really?
shot. Yeah, I mean, this happened to them a lot, which is, and the shark wasn't working for the longest time
Bruce?
because they had tested it in fresh water and it worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in salt water, it's basically battery acid, and it was cutting through the hoses like crazy. Nothing was working.
Tell them about the shooting stars.
There is
This I found very interesting, but I cannot articulate it like Tim will.
the shooting star.
This is really cool, by the way.
There's a lot of discussion if the shooting star in this movie is real or not. I point to there are two shots of the shooting star, one with Brody in the shot and one a far off shot of the thing. And I said one might be real, but the other one had to be faked because you can't have both. You know, there's no way you shot and oh my God, there's a shooting star, there's a shooting star. But Steven Spielberg liked that so much that in every one of his movies, he's had a shooting star since then.
So one of them was actually legit.
They think.
I think it was. I want to think it was.
You know what? The romantic
do.
in me wants to think that that's true.
Yeah, I think it
don't
is.
know that it is. So
So back to the movie. Now they're out to
Yes.
sea. But no, all this stuff
They're
that
out to sea, yeah.
Tim could have a class on this. You could take this class at UW Milwaukee for 3 credits, and
you
I'm sure
couldn't
you
afford it.
I know, but you would learn so much in a 3-credit class.
Yeah.
Come on.
Actually, you know, there is a book that Carl Gottlieb wrote called The Jaws Log. A lot of people, you know, you said this was the first big summer blockbuster.
Yep.
What this also was one of the first big summer movies where there was a lot of merchandise. Merch! So you could buy, we had the Jaws game where
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
try to fish things out of the shark or its mouth would slam shut on you.
That's pretty
They
cool.
had comic books.
We
They
should have
had,
played that
they
right now.
had tons of stuff. But one of the things that came out was this book called The Jaws Log that Carl Gottlieb wrote about the making of the movie. Before that, there wasn't a whole lot of making of type of movies and featurettes and that sort of thing. This movie kind of started that because so many people are like, how the hell did they make this thing?
Right.
You know, and it was a very popular book, but boy, is it, you get every detail about that in that book.
And Bruce, the shark, which they've named it. I mean,
After Spielberg's agent.
Did I read this right? It only actually has 4 minutes worth of screen time.
That sounds about right.
About
yeah.
4 minutes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did my due diligence.
Yes,
About
you
4
did.
minutes you actually see it because.
Certainly the least of all the films.
But the reason why is because it wasn't. He wanted to make sure that it was scary, right? I mean, because didn't they try to test it, busting through the bottom of the boat, but it didn't. The scream didn't happen.
Spielberg
Right?
will say this. The reason you don't see more of the shark is the shark was not working.
Okay.
Originally, and you know, you alluded to some of the sequences that they cut because they were too gory. After he watched it cut together, he said, you know, that scene doesn't really work.
Right.
And right now, we're seeing the first scene where the girl is just
That works.
pulled around. That's more effective than the shark jumping out of the water and just chewing people from head to toe.
Which to me would seem more cartoonish.
Right.
Seeing that first scene, even seeing Quint get eaten,
Yeah.
is better than seeing something just to see something.
Right.
You know, I guess that's how
They actually make fun of this in Robot Chicken one time. They
Robot
said,
Chicken?
did you ever hear of this show?
Do you think I have?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Robot Chicken is kind of a joke puppetoon type show where they make fun of pop culture. And one of their things was, what if they made kind of like George Lucas redid all the Star Wars movies with special effects? What if they did that with Jaws? And they,
God,
they
I
showed
hope
the
they never
shark
do that.
jumping out of water and dancing and, doing all sorts of crazy crap. And it's like, yeah, that would not have worked. Those barrels going under the water after he says, he can't go down with 3 barrels, not 3 barrels. And then, doop, down they go. You go, oh, this guy's bringing it.
If you would do that with GCI, right? IGL.
CGI.
Damn. Close.
You
I've
were
been practicing.
close. Yes,
CGI. If they would do that with
Been
CGI,
practicing wrong.
CGI would be too much. I think I like the fact that you don't really see the shark. It's
Yes.
it's there, but it's not. And I think it is haunting the way that they do it. It really is. I mean,
But what do you think is the main thing? I
What?
I
The what?
always say this. The thing that makes this movie is the score. Without that score is so creepy.
it is. Yep.
And when you don't see the shark, but you hear the dun 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 dun
You know
dun
it's
dun
coming.
dun, you know that thing is there. It's almost like in Peter Pan, where he ate the clock. You know, the crocodile that ate the clock. You hear the clock ticking, and you go, "Uh oh."
I never saw that, so I don't know. I never saw Peter Pan. I'm sorry, man. I never saw that.
Captain Hook.
Not either. I know who it
No.
is. I know who all these people are. I know who the players are, but Dustin Hoffman, right? He was Hook. I don't know. Anyways, so back to the movie. So they go out there looking for this shark. They find him. They click. They hook him. Takes off all this. It's well. Okay, if you haven't seen this movie,
Now, how do
you
you
had to have seen this.
Okay,
'Cause,
and
right,
I'm sorry,
I mean-
I'm interrupting your review, but I want to talk
course.
about as much as
Let's hear
possible.
it. I know you do. That's why it's good. Go ahead.
What did you think of the pacing?
The pacing
Do
meaning
you,
what?
do you think it's a good pace, or
Yes.
do you think it's slow? Because
No.
I have people telling me
No,
it's slow, and I'm
they're-
like, what would you
know
take
what?
out?
If they think it's slow, they're high. It's the pacing is fine. The pacing is good.
Actually, that could have been the case. to be
The
honest.
pacing is great because, I mean, even when he's sitting down talking about the USS Indianapolis and all that,
Yeah.
it's just the buildup and everything. I think that's what it's more buildup than anything. And
It
the
is.
pacing is fine. With the click of getting it on the reel, that's good. When they're just like out there and going on, you know, actually, like I said, I've seen this before, but the shark is hitting the boat when they're talking about the USS Indianapolis. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, this can't be happening yet. It's got to be daytime because I've seen this before and I know when this happens because I'm thinking he's still got to shoot him. But I got tricked into thinking, are they going down now? It's a good movie. I mean, if you haven't
really
seen it,
shows
go
suspense.
see it. Right?
Yeah.
If you've seen it, watch it again. Just really sit down and watch it. And I don't know, it's really a good movie. Tim's going to be surprised with my score, but I think it was a very, very good movie.
Let's hear your score.
Oh, is it time?
Yeah.
Can I tell them if they got the shark or not?
No.
Why is your finger on that? Why is your finger?
I'm
no.
just ready. I'm ready. Okay, go ahead and give your score.
So, did you ever watch the Dukes of Hazzard?
So
So then you know that what you've been
Good
pushing
old
might be
boy.
reversed. Might be reversed. It could be reversed. No, this is a good movie. This is well worth the 10 that I'm going to give it.
You are going to give it
Yeah,
10?
it's
Okay.
well worth it. You know,
I would understand. You know,
No.
some people
But
say,
Tim-
well, it's not the greatest movie ever.
Tim,
I think it is, but I understand other points of view on it.
but I understand that. But honestly, when you go through it and you really know what they did and know that
yeah.
it was done in 1975, if this movie was made now,
It wouldn't work.
I'd say no way. I'd say this sucks.
You know why it wouldn't work today?
Yeah.
We know too much about sharks.
Well, but why do
This
we know?
is preposterous.
But why do we know so much
This
about
is-
sharks?
This is like
because of this
Norman-
movie,
right?
That's why.
This is like a serial killer shark. It's basically Norman Bates running around.
This shark is dumb.
You know.
He should have just took off. I don't even know why he kept coming back after him. That's kind of.
Exactly. No shark in its right mind is going to keep
that's-
going after him.
that's right.
Where he's jabbing it and he's doing that. Hell, the fish in my dad's pond, you wiggle your fingers in there and they scatter.
Well, I mean,
come
that's
on.
how stupid Jaws 4 is. They follow him to the Bahamas. Come on. That shark ain't doing that. Come on. No,
Isn't
but
this
this.
fresh water down there or
Hey,
something?
tell them
too?
about this. Tell them about this thing right here.
Okay,
That shot.
that's-
Tell them what that shot is.
It's called the Jaws shot by a lot of people. It actually, I think, was also used by, well, I know it was used by Alfred Hitchcock in Vertigo. And what you do is it's kind of a stretch look. What you can do is either you take the camera and you move forward while zooming out.
Yep.
Or you pull back with your camera while zooming in, and it'll give this kind of tearing view. And that it's been used a number of times, but most people call it the Jaws shot now because it's so iconic in this film. Because that's when Brody sees the shark the first time, and it's a chilling moment.
It is.
It's a chilling
because
moment.
he's realizing, hey, what's going on? Do you know
He's
the
like, that's a big fish.
do you know the body count?
The body count.
I
Can I
do.
walk through it?
Go ahead.
You got Chrissy at the beginning.
Yeah.
You got Ben Gardner. He's found in the boat.
Which one is he? He's the guy underneath.
He's the fisherman.
Tell the people what it is in the movie. All right.
Okay, Ben Gardner is the fisherman that welcomes Hooper when he first comes on shore, and it's actually is the person that Robert Shaw based his characterization
Okay.
of Quint on.
So
But he finds him at the bottom of the boat and when
Yep.
he's pulling out the shark thing.
two.
Oh, we got Alex Kittner.
Which is who?
That's 3. That's the little boy that
Yep.
gets killed.
Oh, I got so much to tell you about that too. Go ahead.
Number 4 would be the man in the estuary, or the pond.
The sailing boat
Yeah,
coach.
he's the guy that says, "Come on."
He's an idiot too.
Yeah,
That's a student. That looked
he
like
needed to
someone's
die.
bathtub.
He needed to die.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
And then I think the last one is Quint. I think it's 5. Right?
But we're gonna add a couple more people in there, or a couple more bodies, if you
Okay.
want to say. The
Okay.
dog.
all right,
The dog's dead.
yeah, Pippet.
Yep. So wait.
Which everybody hears
Wait.
differently. It's people think it's Pippet, it's Piper, I think it's
so how many
Pippet.
did you count up? So that's Chrissy.
I counted 5 humans, 1 dog.
6.
You could
There's a
go
couple
with.
more.
Who else?
No, maybe there's no more. I don't know. Anyways, then one more quick thing. So Tim. Anyways, I have a sports connection. Hey, give me my sports connection.
Oh, I gotta press a button.
Give me my sports connection.
That it? No.
No, don't. You know what? Hey, if anybody wants to go and
Next
see
season. Next season.
I
I'm
will see
taking
The
it on.
Conjuring 4. I just need the right people to go see it with, or the right people to drink with.
Okay, sports movie connection.
So that
Other than it's already a fishing film.
no, that's a stretch. That's a Tim stretch.
Okay.
So, anyways, so they take liquor down into the Orca when they're drinking. So when they're talking about the USS Indianapolis, they're drinking a beer called
Negative set or something?
Narragansett. So it's Narragansett. All right. So they have that down there. That's actually a sponsor of the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, that is a.
And I have one more.
Okay.
So when they're on the beach and you see that Jaws moment, right?
Right.
They're on the radio talking. The announcer is on the radio. That announcer is Charlie Jones, who is actually an announcer for the Boston Red Sox also back at the time.
Wow.
There you go.
I didn't know that. See, you taught me something about my favorite movie.
And I think that your body
Now,
counts
Peter
off.
Benchley is the guy that plays the newscaster that you see that says, fear in the shape of a great white shark. That guy, the newscaster, he was the author of the original book.
Cool. I know what the other body count is.
Oh,
The first shark. That's also a body.
the first shark.
Yeah, the first shark that's not a shark. The first shark that's has the license plate.
Oh, the bull shark.
So that could be a body count. Oh, yeah.
You know, at one point I saw him eating fish and chips.
You know what?
They were eating pork products. They were having pork rinds, so there's probably some dead pigs around too.
You know what's a really good taco? Is the Ninja Pig over
I
at
was
Bel Air.
wondering what was a really good
I got to tell one more
taco.
thing real quick before we do trivia.
Yeah.
Can we show people the banner back here?
We should
Because we
I
got
think
that
it
done
shows-
by Print and Press in Milwaukee.
I think it shows better on mine. Let's
It does.
switch that. There
Yep.
we go.
Dead on the bases.
Well, first let's turn those off. There we go.
What do we turn off? Okay.
Yeah. Dead on the base. Isn't that awesome? That's
is awesome.
coming out to Horror Realm with us.
That'll be out at Horror Realm, not Horror Realm. Horror Realm with us.
Yeah.
And that was done by Print and Press in Milwaukee.
They're fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It looks so good.
Looks dead on.
The basis.
All right, trivia time, right?
Wow. Okay, it is trivia time.
Let's look at the
which
score.
means, well, no.
Yeah, because I need to know.
Now, why did that just happen?
Because I left the show.
Where did you go to?
Hey, Swolbet just said nice poster.
Yeah, well, she's right.
Put
What
me
is
up there so I
this?
can give out the wink.
What just happened?
I don't know. This is.
Why are you gone?
Let's bring Stefan back in. Stefan.
That might be a good choice. There you are.
Hey, hello.
There we go. Good grief. Okay, well, we got to do the opening. That's going.
You know what? I know that I'm
It's
behind.
trivia time, bro.
I know that I'm behind, so I want the answer last.
You want to answer
I want the
that.
pressure on me.
Yeah, because you're good under pressure.
Or do you want to answer last? Because you're ahead right now.
I am ahead right now.
What do you want to do? Why don't I answer first?
Hey,
No,
you're
you
gonna,
answer first.
You know what? I want you to overthink this so that you get yourself into a bad place, and then I'll just sweep in and beat you.
All right, so let me ask you the question. Here we go.
Okay. This is about Bull Durham.
Bullshit. All right, Bull Durham. Here we go.
No, bullshit happened in the other room.
Yeah, I know.
earlier.
Here we go. So, the dance sequence in the bar. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. That situation with Tim Robbins out on the dance floor.
Yes.
That was actually choreographed by Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul, the Laker swinger. Swinger?
Yeah.
The Laker dancer.
cheerleader.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time.
So yeah, she choreographed that. The next one is Max Patkin. Do you remember who he is? He's the clown prince of baseball. He's the one who's dancing out in the
Yeah, he's kind of goofy looking guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Look at
Costner and Patkin became friends during Bull Durham. They became good, close friends.
They became lovers.
No, you would
okay.
know that'd be true, false. That Costner actually got the director of his next movie in For Love of the Game to get Paxton to do a performance in there, reprising his role as the Clown Prince. And actually, just so I'm clear on this, he was the third Clown Prince of baseball. And then finally, director Ron Shelton actually played minor league baseball, and the part of the movie where Crash and the other players create a rainout was something Shelton was actually part of when he played.
Okay.
I did a lot of talking. Do you want me to repeat anything?
No, I think I'm good. A was Paula Abdul choreographed that sequence,
Yep.
and I know that's true. I know it. Because it's preposterous sounding, and the year that would have lined up with when she was still breaking. So I'm saying that one's true. I do know that Shelton was a minor league player. I know that because that was in my little documentary. And that rainout, that sounds like something minor leaguers would do because they don't get any breaks, I heard. They get like 2 days off during their entire season.
Okay. You can go with whatever you want.
He's doing real good, not giving me much to work with here. So I'm going to say that B is false.
Which one was B?
It was the one that I didn't talk about. What was B?
Max Patkin?
Yeah, it's going to be this Clown Prince.
Seriously?
nonsense.
You
Yeah,
know-
it's going to be the Clown Prince nonsense. When you fought back, I knew I had you. Yes! Yes! I knew it! Oh, shit. I did that later. All right.
Damn it!
There's 5 for me.
Well, that's game, but I'm gonna get the trivia question right.
You might.
Can trivia be
You
worth
might.
10 for me?
No.
Yeah, it should be worth
No.
10. It's a walk-off.
No. All right, here we go. Trivia for Dead on the Bases.
Son of a bitch.
Letter A. A supposed shark repellent is being marketed in Australia as Hooper Juice.
That's
B.
probably true.
B. The Indianapolis speech was reported to have many contributors, including John Milius, who wrote the Dirty Harry films, and Conan the Barbarian.
See, this is what throws me. So before you get to C, this is what throws me off. So right away, I'm thinking, yes, I know that there's multiple contributors.
Yep.
But I don't know if this SOB did anything to do with Dirty Harry or Conan. But go ahead, Tim. Ask me letter C.
He's an angry little guy, isn't he?
I hate losing.
He's an
There's
angry
nothing
guy.
more that I hate than losing.
Okay. The rogue shark theory spoken of in this movie is generally not accepted these days. Remember they talk about the rogue shark? It's a shark that comes in and the feeding is good and he keeps coming back and all that. These days, that's not considered a real theory. Science!
So what they're saying is
Something
that
wrong with my
Jaws.
seat. Hold on.
That's what she said. Okay, so
That's what she proclaimed profusely.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, so what they're saying is that Jaws. They don't really believe the Jaws thing is actually a real thing, where it's rogue. There, it comes in, chomp chomp, and then goes out. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Right. That theory, the rogue shark theory, these days is not generally accepted.
Okay. The Indianapolis speech was.
The Indianapolis speech by John Milius, the gentleman that wrote Dirty Harry and Conan the Barbarian. And then we had
You know what?
the Hooper Juice.
He is so dumb that I think, and it's Australian. Australia's got a bunch of sharks too.
They have a lot
But
of
wouldn't they?
sharks.
But why wouldn't they name it Brody Juice? Brody's the one who killed them. So I'm gonna. So okay. So rogue sharks. That is something. I mean, they come in and they come and go. All right. And then the Indianapolis thing. I know that multiple people wrote on that. So I'm gonna go with those two. I think. Man, I want to say Hooper Juice is right, but I think it's gonna be wrong because it should be like, if it was me marketing it, I mean Hooper Juice sounds cool, but if it was me marketing down there, I have to say Brody Juice because Brody's the one who killed it. Because Hooper really didn't have nothing to do with it. Hooper was just there.
Like,
So
Dreyfus is still alive.
yeah, so is Dreyfus. So
Hooper.
which one is false? Wait, which one is false?
I don't know which one.
I forgot which
could
one
be
I wanted.
true.
I forgot which one was gonna be false.
Okay.
The one who's gonna be false is gonna be A.
A? You're sure?
Yep. Yes! There you go! Right there! Right there! Yes, but
That's
it's not
right.
gonna be enough.
A
Mm.
was false.
What's it called
Like-
really? What's it really called?
Like
Brody Juice.
no, there's no such thing.
Oh.
However, A was always false all season long. Every time I did one, A was always false. Every single one this season, Jeff.
You know what? Because you won, you're
did
piling
that.
on. Because you won, you're piling on now.
I have a witness.
Yes.
I told him what I was going to do at the beginning of the season. That's why he wanted to be
So if
here,
I would've got a bunch-
to see your face.
If I would have got a bunch right on A, would you have switched it up?
I don't think so. I think I would have went for it, and then I would have started saying, I'm not going to use A every time.
You're setting yourself up for next season because
I
the first
had
one
a
will be like
plan.
B. You'll be like, oh, it's gonna be B over here. I lost this one, son of a bitch.
Well, let's take a look. You had, let's see,
Mother.
I had the sports movie at 8. You had Jaws at 10.
90.
And we both got the trivia
Mother,
right.
lost by 5.
Oh, so close.
What if it would have been a
That's
tie?
got to be a heartbreaker.
Shit. What if that would have been a tie? If you would have got that one wrong,
Well,
it would have
first
been a
of
tie.
all, I want you to be reminded of one thing.
It would have been
We
a tie.
don't win anything. We don't get anything.
In my mind, we do. All I want to do is
Bragging
win.
rights.
I don't.
Bragging rights.
Tim, the thing I hate the most is losing. Oh my God, we don't have to win anything, but I would win something.
Oh my God.
Damn it, man. Captain Arcade said,
You
hey,
know
Bob.
what it is? Here's the thing.
Hey,
Here's the thing, buddy.
what?
What I win is that I got to show you some great videos that you actually enjoyed. If I gave you movies that you hated, I would have lost. So
Like
I
Black-
gave you
like
movies
Black
that you
Sheep.
liked. Black Sheep, I still don't understand why you don't like that movie. I need to
Black
really
Sheep is
analyze
actually
this.
worse than Conjuring. It's bad in general, but Conjuring is just creepy ass.
You're hurting me now.
So what I give it 10 to? I gave 10 to also Death Day 2. Death Day.
Yeah, that was good. That's a good
I
movie.
love that Death Day.
That was a good movie. I
Man,
gave you
I
2
would,
10s.
what do we got to think, you know what? We have to get Trogdor involved with this. If there's a tie, we have to figure out what we're going to do if there's a tie.
Wait, extra innings?
So we have another movie. I like that.
I don't like this idea at
Does
all.
a runner
This
start on
is a
second
lot worse.
base?
No runners on second base.
Any ghost runners?
We all
Any
know
right
that's
field
crap.
out? Any of that? You know what? That's
No.
what Rob Manfred's going to do next. Right field out.
Don't get started on Manfred.
He's an ass.
He is.
www.manfredsucksfirehisass.com. All right, let's go.
I'm
Let's
gonna
wrap this
eat
shit
a
up.
shark. Well,
Oh, they have a shark too.
I have something I want to say.
Okay.
Something I want to say. A year ago, about this time, Jeff and I reconnected after years of not knowing where each other were.
Right.
And I think we started this just kind of as a joke, saying, oh, maybe we should do a podcast. And it turned into this. And it's been wonderful getting to reconnect with my good friend, Jeff.
Well, same here.
I've had a really great time with this. And I can't wait to go to Horror Realm and see what sort of nonsense and mayhem my partner is up to. I've heard that he's already starting to accost these poor celebrities. I don't know what he's got in
Horror
mind.
Realm.
I cannot control him. And I disavow of any information I might have on what his activities will be in Pittsburgh.
So,
But in all honesty, this has been so much fun for me. I'm having a great time with the show. The only reason that we take a break is because I need to get all of this. I want to do some stuff.
we're taking a break.
We're taking a short break during the summer, and you can recharge. I can try to get on that bike, see if I pop the tires when I get on it.
Or come to innovativehealth.com.
That's
or no,
right.
Innovative Health. We're at
I'll go to
8800
the actual
South 102nd
place. I'll go to the actual place.
8800
.com.
South 102nd Street in Franklin, Wisconsin. 5,500 square feet of fitness.
An excellent facility.
But Tim, no, you know what? I've been having a great time too. I think we got together. We went to the lodge in Muskego.
Yeah.
Just talking a little bit, and then all of a sudden he's telling about all these podcasts and all. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then he found a way to. I threw him an idea, and he said, "Yeah, you know, we can probably make that work." And you know, it's pretty cool.
Next thing you know, Jeff is in the middle of home base.
Right, exactly. But exactly. And who thought he thought of Dead on the Bases? He thought about our tagline on the tag out that you're going to get on your merch.
Do you know who named it Dead on the Bases? Where that
did.
name came from?
Merch or Trogdor?
Trogdor over there thought of the name of the show.
Well,
Because I don't know any sports thing. I'm the one
But
that
it's
keeps
perfect,
asking
though.
you if somebody's a hockey player when they got a baseball bat.
Ron
in the
LaFleur.
picture.
That's a good story, by the way. He was in jail. Got out and started playing
For
baseball.
slashing?
No. But
Oh.
yeah. You know what? A hockey movie would be good for horror slashing, you know? But anyways, no, it's been a lot of fun. I
Boy,
think this is
if
great.
only there was a slasher that had like a hockey mask on or something. That'd be a great idea.
No, it's Friday the 13th.
Oh, you want a Friday the 13th
No,
movie?
no.
Oh,
But
okay.
again, this has been a really good time and a lot of fun. This little break will be good. It'll recharge the batteries. I can figure out. And by the way, my room is by the elevator door at Horror Realm. So when you come off the elevator, you come right by the party room.
What?
That's what it is. It's right by the party room.
How do you know this?
It is what it is. My door's gonna be open. There's gonna be a strobe light. There's gonna be a disco ball. There's gonna be a dartboard. Plenty of Mai
my
Tais.
Oh my God! You know that actually.
And a banner. My banner's going to be, or our banner's going to be there. That's going to be on the wall. I'll sign it for you. That's going to be actually at Horror Realm. I will sign them for you.
We're gonna have a great time.
I won't even charge anybody for it.
Wow! What a
And
value!
and coming from me, that's something
That's
else.
something. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna
Yep.
have season 3 coming up this fall, and we want to invite all of you that came out tonight. I promise I won't eat eggs and Tabasco sauce in front of any of those shows.
But that was okay though. We had Steph in here.
Yeah, he gave away stuff about me. I'm gonna have to review the tape.
We want
You guys were up to something. I know this.
we want Tracy back. We want Peggy back. We want Andrew to come back. Just hold off. We'll be back in what, September?
Right, and we want to thank all the people that are
We do.
in our chat room right now. Thanks
There's
so much
nobody
for
there.
coming in there. We had Captain RK. We had a bunch of people in there earlier too. So.
I know.
And they're still in there actually, which
Oh,
shows they
I got
have
one more
some
thing.
strong stomachs that they could take.
Hey.
Andrea's still in there. The
Is
whole
she really?
show.
Hey, check this out. I heard that there's a musical called Bruce. Is that true? Are you going to go see that?
No.
Why?
Because nobody talks about it. I mean, if it was good, you know what we're going to do one of these seasons? We're going to watch Evil Dead and then Evil Dead the musical back to back.
I think I saw Evil Dead. It's the picture with the skull on it, like the dead guy Isn't that
That's every horror movie ever made.
No,
has
Evil
a
Dead. I
skull.
saw it at Budget. I think I was drinking. I don't know. Or that was, or
You'll
that,
love it. You'll love it.
or that was Three Amigos. One of the two. I don't even know which one it was.
Yeah, they're both about the same. They're about the
Anyways,
same.
let's get out of this thing. We're
Let's
done.
get out of it.
I can take this hat
again,
off.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, that's what you're mostly worried about. is
I'm
the hat.
sweating like profusely.
This is awesome. That's what she said.
Yeah, profusely.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep,
and
thank
we'll
you.
see you in a couple of months.
Yeah. No, you gotta say the other thing. The horror. If it's
You
run
want
home.
me to say that?
Yes. If it's not
Oh.
horror, run home. If it's a home run, go to bed. I don't know.
Really?
How's it go?
You don't know how it goes?
No, I do. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I forgot.
If it's
I did
sports, it's a
forget.
home run. If it's horror, run home.
There we go. I got him to do it. Yeah.
I'm Jeff Miller. That was Jim Retzer.
Thanks, everybody.
Worldlyculture.com.
HorrorRealm.com.
I think it's horrorrealm.com.
Whatever. It's horror or horror.
It's horror
or,
realm. There's
It's
horrors involved.
WHORE.com.
Something.
You know,
something.
Teresa Russell played in horror.
What?
There was a movie called Horror, and Teresa Russell was the main character.
Oh, that's something I gotta see.
No, it's not as good as you think.
I'll watch it in slow motion. Thanks,
know-
everybody.
Teresa Russell was in Wild Things. I know you saw that.
Yeah.
Denise Richards, Neve Campbell,
I wonder how long he'll go if I just leave it on.
Kevin's Bacon. Hey, is there any
What?
connections to Kevin Bacon and Jaws? I wonder if there's like 7.
Probably. It probably wouldn't take too long. You always got to go with Kevin Bacon over to JFK. And JFK had Kevin Costner, and Kevin Costner was in Bull Durham, and Bull Durham happened to be reviewed on Dead on the Bases the same night as Jaws. There you
go.
connection.
There you go.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Yeah.